On January 30, 2024, inaugurated a 37-member panel on the new minimum wage. With its membership cutting across federal and state governments, the private sector, and organized labor, the panel is to recommend a new national minimum wage for the country. The House of Representatives is about now holding a national dialogue on state policing in fulfillment of the commitments made by the Speaker, Abbas Tajuddin, in January. The House on February 20, 2024 passed for second reading a bill seeking to create police structures in each of the states of the Federation. The proposal for the state police is part of the ongoing review of the 1999 Constitution by the French National Assembly. Top government functionaries, international community, as well as traditional and religious leaders, among other relevant stakeholders, are billed to discuss the proposed decentralization of the current unitary Nigeria police force. Also, President Bola Tinubu is about now opening the African Counterterrorism Summit in Abuja, Nigeria, with the United Nations Office of Counterterrorism is organizing a high-level African Counterterrorism Summit under the theme Strengthening Regional Cooperation and Institution Building to address the evolving threat of terrorism in Abuja from April 22 to April 23. The objective of the Counterterrorism Summit is to enhance multilateral counterterrorism cooperation and reshape the international community's collective response to terrorism in Africa, while emphasizing the importance of African-led and African-owned solutions. Heads of state and government and high-level government officials across Africa, representatives of international organizations and multilateral institutions, members of the diplomatic corps, and members of civil society groups are expected to attend the Counterterrorism Summit. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President of Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngalali, said the United Nations Deputy Secretary General, Amina Mohammed, will attend the event while National Security Advisor Nouri Bajo and the Under Secretary General for Counterterrorism, Mr. Vladimir Voronov, will deliver the concluding remarks at the end of the summit. The Kwara State government has ordered the temporary shutdown of the Osrc mandate market in Ilorin following the alleged sale of poisonous cow meat in the market. The government also ordered immediate general cleaning and fumigation of the abattoir so as to cleanse it of the suspected meat poisoning. The government in a statement said the abattoir would remain shut till investigations are concluded. Anila said the decision was part of the efforts to protect members of the public after a non-governmental organization, Kwara Monitoring Group, raised the alarm that meat from 33 cows, which allegedly died of poisoning, had found its way to the market for sale to the public members. Troops of Operation Lake Sanity 3 under Operation Aden's Care have reportedly discovered an Islamic State West Africa province ISWAP terrorist bread production factory hidden within their den in Mesani Triangle, Damboa local government area of Borno State. According to intelligence sources by expert Zagazola Makama, the combined troops of 199 Special Forces Battalion, in conjunction with hybrid forces and civilian JTF Joint Task Force, stumbled upon the bread factory during an exploitation mission into the terrorist hideout yesterday. According to report, the discovery came amidst a week-long clearance operation aimed at disseminating the terrorists from their stronghold in the Timbuktu Triangle, a region notorious for harboring the extremist groups. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has announced that it had sanctioned some officials who ordered a Muslim candidate to remove her hijab. A female student who sat for her Unified Tertiary Matriculation examination in Ejigbo, Lagos, was said to have been asked to remove her head cover during the accreditation process before being allowed into the examination hall. Addressing the issue in a statement signed by the head of public affairs, Dr. Fabian Benjamin, JAMB said it deeply regretted the incident, adding that upon investigation, it's discovered that incidents or others in the past were not linked to any of its examinations guidelines, but rather a product of the misplaced priority by some of the accredited partners. The JAMB's guideline on accreditation ensure that all candidates are screened and only female officials to screen female candidates before allowing them to gain entry into the examination hall. The Kenya Police Service has arrested Flame Banners executive Nadim Anjawala as the International Criminal Police Investigation Organization, moves to extradite him to Nigeria with the week. Government sources familiar with the case spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak on the matter, confirmed the development to Newspan. It had earlier been reported that the federal government had traced Anjawala to Kenya following his escape from lawful custody in Nigeria. Following the development, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the International Criminal Police, the Nigeria Police Force, and the Kenya Police Service have deepened talks to quicken Anjawala's extradition. United Kingdom's Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has affirmed that the government's policy to process asylum seekers in Rwanda will be enacted into law, even if it entails late-night sittings by members of parliament to see its passage. The legislative process has encountered a protracted deadlock between the two houses of parliament over the last 4 months. The House of Lords has consistently obstructed the government's proposal, prompting another vote scheduled for later. However, on Friday, the Prime Minister unequivocally declared an end to further delays. The proposed legislation seeks to significantly restrict the grounds for legal challenges to the government's initiative to transport asylum seekers to Rwanda, streamlining the process for removing refugees who have entered the UK via irregular means. A baby girl born an orphan was delivered prematurely via emergency cesarean section from the womb of her deceased mother, Sabrin al-Sakani. Sabrin, along with her husband and daughter, was killed in an Israeli attack on Rafah, southern Gaza, shortly before midnight Saturday. The strike claimed the lives of 24 people, including 16 children, according to Palestinian health officials. Kemi Solau now reports.
Born an orphan, this Palestinian baby girl was delivered from the womb of her dead mother. Both mother and father were killed in Israeli strike in Rafah. She is named Ru, which means soul in Arabic.
What's their fault? A whole family wiped from the civil registry, and the only survivor is a small baby girl. Her sister, Malak, wanted to name her Ruh, a soul. Now Malak is gone. Only Ruh is left.
Ru's mother was almost 8 months pregnant when she was killed. Doctors say Ru's condition is stable and improving.
When
the baby came out, her condition was between intermediate and critical. Currently, after giving her medical care from the night until now, she got better gradually during the past hours. We can now say that her condition is stable on average.
Others did not survive the Israeli airstrike on Rafah, where close to 2 million displaced Palestinians have sought refuge.
Did you see one man in all those killed? Spot one man who has been killed. All of them inside the house. And here are women and children, as you can see with your own eyes. My entire identity has been wiped out, with my wife, children, and everyone.
Ru will spend the next months in the hospital without a mother and further. But as Israel threatens a ground of invasion of Rafah, she and thousands of children live an even more uncertain future. Kemi Solojom, Osrc News.
Colombia's opposition has held the largest protest yet against President Gustavo Petro's government. They are rallying against wide-ranging social and economic reforms by the left-wing administration. Petro wants to reform the healthcare sector by cutting out private insurers and increasing state control. Supporters of former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro are calling for his return to politics. Bolsonaro has praised American billionaire Elon Musk for using his social media platform X to lash out against a Supreme Court judge who barred him from running for office until 2030. Shiwade Tola has details.
Crowds cheering Brazil's former president Bolsonaro, calling for his return to power. It's Bolsonaro's second rally since he was banned from running for public office until 2030 after being found guilty of using his presidential powers to undermine the integrity of the 2022 elections.
I believe God will help us overturn the court's decision and Bolsonaro will be elected president again.
He praised the tycoon Elon Musk, who lashed out at Bolsonaro's arch-enemy Supreme Court Judge Alexandra Moraes.
Musk has the courage to defend freedom of expression. Let's have a round of applause for him.
Uma demonstração de força popular.
Bolsonaro is using these rallies to show his political might on the streets, hoping it will protect him during all the legal battles he'll be facing in the upcoming weeks. And he's also leading the opposition against Lula.
Shion Adetola, Osrc News.
And that concludes the news. My name is Rene Allen. Thank you so much for watching. Good afternoon.